Can't even see my own live. Hey guys. Hello, hello. Let me do a sound check. Hi. If you join me, please pump some hearts. Let your girl know that you are here. Yep. Hello. Hope you're all doing great. Hi. I'm trying to share. So if you're here, say hello to Cecil Babes. Okay? Say something so I know you're here. Say something. Say hello to Cecil Babes. Let's do this. How are we doing today? How are we doing today? Say hello to Social Babes if you're watching me. You know that I love to be checked upon. Hope you're all doing great. I'm just trying to share. Let me share as much as I can. And we're going to wait for our guests. I bet you all know who our guest is for tonight. Okay. Let me copy the link. We can chat and wait while she joins us. And let me know. Somebody please put a comment in the comment section. Let me see if I'll be able to catch the comments on my desktop. Please say something in the comment section. Hey, come on. Tell Cecil if you love her. Come on, say something. Come on. I'm waiting for a comment in the comment section. I don't see any comments yet. So please kindly share as you join. Please just click on that share button. As soon as you join, just do the share thingy. Please. Okay, looks like hi Ice Babes. Thank you so much, Ice. Thank you. So I can see the comments. Thanks, girl. Thank you for joining. Ice Babes, can you please share in the group for me, please? I'm trying to share in the podcast group. Thank you. I appreciate you, sis. Thanks for joining. Let's chat a little bit. Please join in. Let's chit chat a little bit while we wait for our guest. I'm here for you. Again, if you see me looking down, I'm just trying to share the broadcast. Okay, so do not worry. I got you. Thank you, guys. See it. Thank you. Hi. I see you. I thank you all so much for joining. I see the numbers going up. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Let me paste that in here and join. Okay, so we're gonna give our guests a few minutes. Let me know how we're doing today. Hope you're all doing great. Hey, my own Fi, you are here too. Thank you for joining. My brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for joining. Thank you. I was just I recently just posted my a reel with my jingle in it, and oh my god, it is so amazing. It's not a final thing yet, but that is what I'm gearing towards. So if you have seen that, that is what it is. And while we're sitting and waiting for the guest will be here shortly. I just didn't want to keep people waiting anymore. So I joined, and so we're going to have the guests here soon. And while we'll wait for the guests, right, what do you think? Let me go ahead and play the jingle. It's just a sample. Thank you, Fa Okita. I appreciate, I do these things because I have people like you who support me, and I'm really, really grateful that I've been able to pull up on this thing for this long. Truly, it's because I got people like you. Right. Thank you so much for the hearts. So for those of you, again, I know I'm talking to you now. You're on Facebook. This is also being broadcasted. Oh my God, can I get my words right? This also being broadcasted on YouTube on my channel, Solange Che. So just give me 1 second. Oh, sorry. Give me a second. Let me just share this as well. Thank you all so much for joining. Yeah, I see that there is somebody on YouTube already. So thank you. The person is just watching me on YouTube. Thank you so much. So I'm just gonna paste this on my broadcast list so that my other YouTube followers can also follow. Okay. Yep. Hello, hello. Thank you so much. Hey, Mom, thank you for joining. This is amazing. Thank you. Oh, girl. Okay, just give it a few minutes. The guests will be here. Okay, yeah. She just texted me, so she's going to join shortly, and we're going to have a chat. Yay. I appreciate you all so much for joining. Look at this girl. I'm blushing. Thank you all so much for joining. I appreciate. Thanks again. So hello to all of you, my listeners watching on YouTube. I appreciate you all. And those of you that are here on Facebook, thank you for so much. And hey, look at this. Do not forget to share. Please kindly click the share button. We want to have as many people here as possible. Click the share button, pour me some hearts, and also do not forget to like the page. Okay. So while we wait on the guests to get into the waiting room, I wanted to play my jingle. And again, I'm one person that is not scared of criticism. Come on, Ice, why are you sick? I'm sorry. So I want people to listen. This is my jingle I'm playing now. So let me know what you think about it. As soon as I see the guest in the waiting room, I am going to bring her in. Okay, but for the meantime, let me know what you think of this jingle. Okay? See, this girl is growing. I even got a jingle of my own. There we go. Hey! There we go. I hope that people can hear. You got the strength. All you need is a way. This is a knowledge you got to learn. Hey, you can be anything. You can be anything. You can be anything. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, as I said, you can take a girl out of Nsoland, but you cannot remove Njang from that girl's body. Forget it. Please pump me some hearts if you love this Njang beats. This is going to be my jingle for the podcast. Okay, listen to that. Hey, hey, hey. Let me know if you love it. What do you think of my jingle? You know, this girl is growing. I got a jingle created for myself. So let me know what you think of the jingle. Come on. Yes, remember, bounce again, such all the way. That's our podcast jingle, okay? You got the strength. All you need is a way. This is a knowledge you gotta learn. You can be anything. You can be anything. You can be anything. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, achoo. Chuba. Hey, now I strong up a dance, now liver. So I'll get all the way. Remy, I agree with you. Thank you so much. Again, I'm so sorry for the slight delay. The guest will be here shortly. She just messaged me. Please let me know what do you think of the jingle. For those of you who listen while I was playing. Hey, Wesho says it's good. Thank you so much. It's still being worked on. So this is just a teaser that I played. Okay. The original version is still going to come up. We're trying to bring in some, how do you call it? Like real instruments and not just use the beats. So, not be very Tina. No, it was not very. It's not very Tina. Does it sound like her? I love her. So if they want to sound like very Tina, I like it. Yes, Ice. Well, come on now. The guest is gonna be here shortly. A little patience, please. A little patience. She's gonna be here shortly again. So just give her a few minutes when she joins, then we're gonna kick it off. What do you think of the jingle? Right? Valino, it's not Venyatina. It's another musician in Cameroon. So again, I was thinking of a way that I can personalize my podcast, thinking of a way that I can make it mine. And that's why the idea of a jingle came across, right? Came about, sorry. So I reached out to this musician in Cameroon. I don't want to release a person's name yet, but he put this together for me. So his team, they're still working on it, and it's my own way to support what they do. Again, we all know that sometimes when you have shows and you play their songs, some of the songs have been copyrighted. So this is my own way to create my own song to empower an artist to like, hey, write a song for me, and this is how I support them. So I guess it's, yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that jingle. The guest is here. Okay. So before I bring the guest up, I'm going to talk a little bit about her and then I'll bring her up. Okay. So today, you all know this is a You Can Be Anything podcast. I come here to talk about how we can find our best versions, the things that we can do. I talk about my story. I've told my story on this platform a million times. And I also bring in people to come tell us their stories. Okay, I bring in people to come tell us their experiences, how it's been for them, how their journey has been. And the intention of this is to motivate someone that is listening. Sometimes I get intimidated, I get worried, like, hey, oh my God, this did not really get rich. But at the end of the day, I just need one person that will pick a lesson from one of my podcast episodes, and that lesson will change their lives. So that is why today I decided to bring Darling Lyonga. Darling Lyonga is an entertainment journalist. She is a TV host, right? So she currently works for Dash Media. Very ambitious, beautiful woman. She has that ambition to own her own house, her own show business someday. I see the potential in her. I admire her for what she's doing. She's young and pretty, very ambitious. She's going to hit the roadblocks. She crushes them, but she just keeps going. All right. So I'm going to bring Darling Lyonga on today. Thank you so much, Lyonga, for accepting my invitation. I appreciate you. Again, you don't even know how much this means to me, but thanks again for being a guest on my podcast. So let's have Darling Lyonga on. I don't see her yet, but oh, I got to change the view. I see you. There we go. That's the girl. That is the screen goddess. Thank you so much, Lyonga, for accepting my invitation.
Thank you too for having me.
Awesome. I appreciate your time. I know you are a busy babe. I know that you've got work to do. It is not that easy to create time for things like this. I do appreciate you so much and for hanging in there for me, right? For being patient and just listening to me say like, hey, are you there? Are you coming? And all of those things. I appreciate you so much. Before we go on, right, I know you have been following you, but I would love the people who are listening to know a little bit about you. Can you please just tell my guests, those who are here now, who would you say Darling Lyonga is?
Darling Lyonga is a girl in her mid 20s. She hails from the southwest region of Cameroon. She's the first out of six, three boys, three girls, and trust me, it's not easy being the first. Sometimes you have to man up, not woman up. You have to man up, I tell you. And it's hard because the first three followers are all boys. They look bigger than me and all. So if I not open eye,
They'll
it's not
bully
gonna
you.
be well.
Um,
The
a few
bullying,
people are
yeah.
saying that your sound is not very clear. Is there anything that is might be causing your sound to be muffled?
Mm, how is
No.
it now? Is it better?
Please let me know if it sounds better. Vali, please let me know. Yeah. Oh, you cannot hear me either? Oh, they can't hear me either. Hmm.
Hello. What about? I don't know.
With me too? Oh, you don't hear? Oh, they say sound. What have I done wrong? Oh God, I do this all the time. Wait. Oh, they say your
It's
guest.
giving. Oh
Okay, so
my
it's your,
God, me.
yeah. You cannot hear her at
So is
all.
it?
We can hear you, Solange. Okay, but the guest. What could be the issue?
What's a little problem? Is it my headphones? Should I take
It's
it off? Should I
it's
stop?
possible. Yeah. What about we take off? What about we do it without the headphones? I think that's fine. I know I
Well,
requested that if you could to use your headphones, but try to
Mm-hmm.
disconnect it. Let's see.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me disconnect.
Sure, that's okay. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. She's gonna take off her headset and join back.
Okay. Is it better
Yeah,
now?
yeah. I think I actually hear you better now. Please kindly confirm if you hear her better now. Say something.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Still good?
Good. Yes. So I got a good notification. Yes. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. So
Right.
again, let's take this back. Since you didn't hear anything that Darling Lyonga said, let's take this back. So Darling Lyonga, this is where I want you to please tell my audience, who would you say Darling Lyonga is?
Okay. So, like I said, Darling Lyonga is is a young, ambitious girl who hails from the southwest region of Cameroon. She's 100% Bakari, and she has yeah, six of them. She's the first, three boys, three girls, and like I said, it sometimes I have to man up. Yes. And then I went to Seka Baptist College, all girls secondary and high school in Limbe. So I'm an ex Carrot. And then after which I decided to take professional course. I studied business administration, marketing, and communication. And then after a while, I met a friend who told me that he thinks I'll make a good journalist if I train. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. So I didn't know anything. I didn't go to like a professional journalism school or anything. But then I got first-hand TV training. So I enrolled. I was at CMTV for like a year, where they trained me to be an entertainment journalist and all. And then from CMTV, I moved to High TV. I worked at High TV for 3 years. And within those 3 years, it was amazing. My show became the most watched entertainment show, Tracks on Fire. Yes. And as God will have it, I was craving for growth. Like I said, I'm very ambitious. So I took the risks, came to Douala, the economic capital of Cameroon. I got a job at Dash Media, where I worked for 3 years. I started working at 2020. And 2023, I just got my promotion as a deputy. Yes, girl, deputy manager, deputy programs and innovation manager for Dash Sports and Entertainment. And I currently host the most watched entertainment talk show, Hall of Fame with Darling Lyonga. So that's basically me.
This is amazing. This is someone, she just told us how she's in her mid-20s. She's not even close to 30 yet. Some of us passed that
Yeah.
for a long time ago. And the reason when I introduced you, I was like, hey, this is an ambitious young woman. I've listened to you talk, I've followed your shows, I've seen what you do at Dash Media. But before we even get into what you're doing today, I want to talk a little bit about how you grew up, right? A little bit about Darling Lyonga that you said you went to Seka Baptist College. That's an all-girls school, right? Somebody
So
once
yeah.
told me that I sound like a Seka girl. I'm like, me, like, do I even look like I went to an all-girls school? I'm a Mr. Blood. We say all the way, right? So
Yeah.
that is an interesting way. And when you finished advanced level, you did not go to a university. Did I hear that right?
I went to a professional school. So yeah,
But not to
university,
like the
yeah.
university. Okay. So
Yeah.
I catch on things like this. Why? Because when I talk on the podcast, I try to encourage people. I know university education is okay, it's good. But I have my personal problems based on my experience with
Mm-hmm.
our university curriculum in Cameroon, how general our curriculum is, right? In Cameroon. It's not only in Cameroon, even in here in the US, in other parts of the world, there are some departments that are a little bit too general. And considering how competitive the world is today with the Internet of Things and everything, people with general degrees struggle a little bit to find their way. And that's why I really appreciate when you talk of a professional college. I like those
Mm-hmm.
things. So
Okay.
when you called it I think I missed the name of the professional.
CMTV.
CMTV. What did
Oh
you study?
no, Higher Institute of Management Studies, HIMSS Boya.
Okay, HIMS. I know HIMS. Yeah, I went to UB. So yes,
Yep.
I know HIMS. Awesome. So what
Mm-hmm.
did you study there while at HIMS?
I studied business administration, marketing, and communication.
Yeah. So why are you saying that you didn't have anything? You didn't know anything. You knew something when you
Well,
joined, when you had your first job. You did business administration, marketing. That man, that is big communication, right? So you had
yeah,
an idea of what you were going to do, of what this whole
yeah,
show piece is about, right? And it plays a big role, if you ask me. And then from there, when you finished, you had a job in a media house in Boya, correct?
yes.
So running a show, was it the same kind of show, like a radio show, or the same thing you're doing today at Dash Media?
It's the same kind of show. Honestly, I've never known unemployment. When people graduate from school and they start job searching or seeking, nah, it has never happened to me. Because when this friend of mine discovered me in school, it was one
Oh.
fateful Wednesday during our break. And yeah, he was like, "Girl, you're so fine. You speak so well. You look very attractive. TV is for you." So immediately when it was time for internship, he advised me to pick any media in Boya where
Mhm.
I could learn. So I chose CMTV. And when I got there, the boss was like, "Wow, you speak so well." And fortunately for you, there was a girl who was hosting our entertainment show, Kame Hits. It's a live program, 4 to 5 o'clock. And I feel like you're best suited for it. So I was like, "Sir, I know nothing about presentation and all." He said, "Oh, but I'm going to teach you." So it was very challenging because imagine someone with no background in TV
Mhm.
presentation
Yeah.
whatsoever, and they give you a live show like, "Girl, where you sneeze, you've sneezed, huh? No one is gonna take it back." You
It's
get so
live.
I was nervous. Trust me when I tell you that the first 2 weeks were terrible. Like every after my show, when I go back to school the next day, my friends or colleagues will laugh at me. You'll be like, "Oh, look at you for your mind now. You want to be journalist. You never seen nothing yet." So I was going to school while working at CMTV. You see,
Mhm.
so by the
Yeah.
time I graduated, I had already developed the skills. So I
Skills.
just
Yeah.
left CMTV to High TV. So that was it.
Oh. Okay, that's a good
Yeah.
transition for you, my dear. Not many young girls or boys in Cameroon have the kind of transition that you had, right? And
Mm,
that's what you just said. You never knew unemployment. By the time you
yeah.
could harness a skill that you could actually use to make some money or to get a job, you were fortunate to
Hmm.
actually have that opportunity. And so those are the little things. So this is one of the another reasons why you should add to that your 1,000 reasons to be grateful to God. So that is another thing that you
Yeah.
always have to retrospect, right? And be grateful because nobody promised us that
Hmm.
life is going to be a bed of roses. Life is going to come with its
Yeah.
challenges. But the most important thing is us facing those challenges and moving on, right? Crushing them, as you always say. I listen to you, and so I know some of the words you use. Okay. Crossing your challenges, manning up, and facing life as it is, which is the kind of
Yeah.
spirit that I want when I run shows like this. I would love for other young girls and boys to listen to, right? So that you need to be able to stand up for yourself. You get it? And that
Hmm.
is one of the things that I admire a lot about you. Now comes High TV. You have a job at High TV. You're doing well. I bet that your transition from High TV, was it employment that took you to Douala, like employment with Dash TV, or did you just go to venture, then you happen to meet Dash TV? Did you get hired
It
before
was not
you?
it was not employment that brought me to Douala. Actually, I a friend invited me for a sister's wedding. So when
Mhm.
I came, I decided to stay like an extra week just to help with the cleaning and everything. And then I
Mhm.
have this friend, Lukong Jude. I will always give him a shout out. So he called me. He's like, "Girl, I learned you're in Douala." I said, "Yes, I am. I'm in Douala." And he said, "Have you heard of Dash TV?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, they're employing. They're looking for presenters." And I
Mhm.
remember you telling me one time that you want to grow
Yeah.
that you want to grow and all, you see. So I was like, "Okay, cool." He said, "Unfortunately, I just stumbled on the information, and today is the last day." Wow.
Oh.
Girl, I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing. The only thing I had was my professional ID card. I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna miss this opportunity. But I took the leap of faith. I just wrote a motivational letter, photocopied my ID card, and that was it. I was going for a job interview like that with no degree
Nothing.
whatsoever. So when I got there, and I introduced myself. They were like, "Okay, tell us what you can do. We don't want to see no degree." Fortunately, they didn't want to see no certificate and all. They said, "We want to see what you can do." So I immediately took them to my page on Facebook, Tracks on Fire Reload, and they watched 2 of my episodes, and they're like, "Wow, you're what we need."
Yep.
And that was it, girl.
Yeah. And
I tell you, just like that, I have so much grace because
yeah.
literally, I think about 40 people came, and I
Mhm.
was the only one who was chosen.
Yep. You see, when I talk about things like this on the You Can Be Anything podcast, sometimes people think that I tend to exaggerate, but I say it all the time. It's not about how many degrees we carry. It's not about you going to school to get, and again, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that those degrees, the masters and all of that are not important. But the truth is when you know what you want, target it the right way. You get it? Those
Mm-hmm.
degrees are good. All of those things, they will serve you at some point. Some of them will not serve you. You'll just consider it, okay, yeah, you went to school. Right. But the truth is, what you can do when you are able to show people what you can do, it speaks louder than any degree that you have in your pocket. It speaks way louder.
That's true.
And so I
Mm-hmm.
really love what you have shared there because when I talk to my people, I try to encourage people to transition, to learn tech and all of that because it is a remote, it's a job that you can do remotely from anywhere. But one thing that I always try to emphasize on is the fact that you want to be able to build a portfolio where you can show what you can do. You put them to your Facebook page. Imagine that you did not have a Facebook page. What would you have shown them?
I'm
Nothing.
telling you. Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and that is luck. My I says in the comment, it is when opportunity meets preparedness. You were ready. I think I've heard Vali say this as well. You were ready. You were prepared, and that opportunity for the job at Dash Media met you at the right time. You didn't even need to fret. You did not need to do too much. You just needed to show them, like, hey, this is what I can do. So thank you for just cementing that thing that I always talk about. Sometimes when I talk, it feels like it's fiction, but just hearing it
Yeah.
from you now, it's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it a lot.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Life at Dash Media, how has that been? Let's talk a little bit about the Darling Lyonga of Dash.
Girl, it's very tough, extremely very difficult because a handful of us are under 30.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us are the others are just fresh from the university, like out of school. So Dash is like their very first professional job. So you can
Mm-hmm.
imagine. And I think we're made up of like 90% ladies. So there's intense competition.
Yep.
Whose show is better than the other? Who is more finer? Who wears the most expensive wig? Who lives in the finest house?
Oh,
You
God.
get it? That's media for you. Who looks better in front of the camera? Who speaks well? So trust me when I tell you that is a
Yes,
jungle.
competition. Tell us a little bit
Yes,
about
the
Dash
media.
Media. What is Dash Media in the first place? I'm calling it because I know about it. For someone who doesn't know, what can you say about Dash?
Dash Media is a Pan-African channel. It actually has it comprises of two TV channels. There's Dash TV News, where it's 24 hours news channel, and then there is Dash Sports and Entertainment. That is me, where I fall entertainment news and all. And then there's equally Dash Info. It's radio. So we have two TVs, two radio stations. So there's Dash Info, which is strictly for news as well, news related programs, politics and everything. And then there is Dash Sports and Entertainment radio.
Mm-hmm.
So we have two TVs, two radios, and we are located at Bonaprizo Douala. So that's
Awesome.
it.
Great. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry I cut you short when you were talking about life at Dash, just because I had a comment where someone said, "What is Dash Media?" Just so we know when you're talking about Dash Media, they know what you're talking about. So thanks for. I'm sure
Okay.
your boss will be very proud of you for representing Dash like that. Right? That's amazing.
It is.
The
Yeah.
experience in that, she said, there is that competition. There is, and again, it's normal. It's everywhere. People are always wanting to be the top. Everybody wants to grow. And again, when you come to a
Mm-hmm.
place like when it's media, a place where you have to present yourself, a place where you have to worry about what you wear, a place where you have to worry about how your hair looks like, how it's all of those things, right? So yes, there is competition. How are you as an individual, as Lyonga? How are you managing that? Does that overwhelm you? Do you vibe with it? Do you not? I don't want the word vibe. Do you flow with it? Do you struggle? What are some of? Okay, no. Let me put it this way. What are some of your struggles or your challenges as you go through life at Dash Media?
Language. I'll say language. I'm 100% Anglophone, and
Yeah.
Douala is purely French, to be honest. More of French audience than English audience. Now, how do I blend in? How do I sell? How do I stand out? So, while the Francophones put in like 20%, I have to put like 300%,
Yeah.
honestly. So, I work extremely hard. And while the others rest, I'm working. I work 24 hours because I need to sell myself. I need to capture the French market because whether I would like it or not, they are the majority. You see, so it took me 1 year to study the market and 1 year to capture the market. And it feels good to know that my show is not just recognized in the Anglophone community, but the Francophone community as well. Coming to Dash Media, where it's more French than English, I had to work, like I said, I had to triple my effort to stand out. And honestly, as I'm talking to you right now, my
Mm-hmm.
show is the most watched show as far as Dash Media is concerned. I sell the brand the most. Yes, it is difficult for an Anglophone to penetrate the French market. Those who really understand, they'll know where I'm coming from. It's difficult, but I was able to do it through hard work, determination, and confidence. A lot of people, some say, oh, she's way too arrogant, or she's too proud and everything. It's just because I know where I'm coming from. I know
Mm-hmm.
who I am. I know what I represent. I call myself the screen goddess. I call myself the next opera from Cameroon to the world. You see, and it doesn't sit well with a lot of people because they see it to be cockiness and all, but it's about where I'm headed and knowing who I am. So it really feels good to be able to get to the point where I am right now, where I'm not just a regular employee. I am now the manager of an entire
Don't
channel.
spill it. We're
It
gonna
feels
talk about
good.
your promotion. Don't spill. Don't spill. I know that your blood is still hot about that
Okay,
promotion. I know that your blood is still hot about that promotion. I know. Don't spill yet. We're coming.
girl.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. So the point again, you made mention of language, and again, I was going to ask you about how your French is, whether we like it or
Mm-hmm.
not. Surviving in Cameroon, especially in Yaoundé, Douala, I think Douala is even a little. Anyway, let me not compare. I've not lived in Douala like professionally, but again, I've spent some time in Yaoundé. So I
Mm-hmm.
bet that it can be a challenge, right? Just maneuvering yourself, being in a space where you have to, if you know just English, how is your French? Are you putting in a conscious effort to learn French, or have you learned French, or are you just focused on, like, you know what? I know that my audience is both English and French. Again, most of the people, if they understand English, they might not be able to communicate, but if they listen, they know what you're talking about, right? Are you putting any conscious effort? Like someday you're going to run a show with one of our French artists and run a French show on your page on your Dash Media. Is that something you're gonna do?
Definitely. I'm putting a whole lot of effort. When I came, I could barely, honestly. I think I knew bonjour because it's very common, je m'appelle, and all. But now I can construct sentences. I hear like 80%,
Oh, great.
and I speak a little bit as well. So I take online lessons, and I equally have
Mhm.
a couple of French books. So I'm putting in that effort, and then from time to time I do speak. Though you get already come out,
It's more
sometimes my
English.
colleagues will laugh, but then they tend to correct me at the end of the day. So I'm definitely putting in that effort. And of recent, I've been interviewing French artists.
Oh,
That
great.
way, I learn. If I focus just on the anglophone, then I'll never learn. So I'm daring myself. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm very ambitious. So
Yep.
yeah.
Your ambition is one that I see, and I definitely commend you for it. So within Dash Media, we see that you moved from the host of the TV host, the host of your show. Your show has a particular name.
Hall of Fame with Darling
Oh,
Lyonga.
same. Oh, thank you. I was because I'm always calling Darling Lyonga official. Sorry about that. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's Hall of
it's
Fame with
fine.
Darling Lyonga. And when you run Hall of Fame with Darling Lyonga, I think I've heard you said once that this is an artist show. This is your target audience. There is the stars. Is that correct? Is it just the
Yes.
stars, or okay? So just the stars. Are you focusing on only the like the A list? As I hear they say A list, or do you actually give audience to upcoming youngsters. There is a young man that I spoke to recently, Young Holiday. Again, I've called him up because I'm amazed at the kind of work he does, right? He works with a couple of other artists. Are those people that have a spot in Dash Media, or is Dash Media meant only for the big guys up there?
Dash media is meant for everybody. We do not discriminate. It's true that we do have shows that differentiate. I mean, sometimes with the kind of work you put in, you wouldn't want to be mixed with those who are still starting. So it's all about giving honor to whom honor is due. So no, I do not work with just established artists. Now, Hall of Fame is dedicated for those people who have done exceptionally well. That's to encourage, to motivate the younger generation, for them to know that despite the fact that they are the stars, they equally have challenges and they have made a couple of mistakes that I want the younger ones to hear and learn. But then I equally have another show, Dash Entertainment News. Now, this is a platform where I get to cater for upcoming artists. I consider myself to be an underdog. I know the way the industry is like, it's difficult for an underdog to be given the spotlight. I have to struggle with little or no help to get to where I am right now. So it's my way of giving back. So I like promoting young talents because I was a young talent too. And unfortunately, I didn't have, I will not say not a lot of helping hands. So I want to give a helping hand to those who are struggling because I know how it feels like. Yeah.
That is beautiful. Again, when you just think of the name Hall of Fame, so we are looking at those people who have made it. But again, my biggest interest, those people have made it. It doesn't mean that they are all living on. They still have their struggles, right? They still have their challenges,
True.
and that's why I find it relevant that you bring them up to share their stories, to share you ask them some of those difficult questions. Someone just said in the comment section that I should ask you some of those difficult questions that you always ask your guests on the show, and I wonder. But at the end of this, we're going to open up for a little, when we're done talking, we'll open up for any questions that anyone has for you. But then I do appreciate the fact that you have a platform, you have space, you do create space for the upcoming artists, right? Because one thing that I feel is happening in the Cameroon entertainment industry is that we have made names and those names are remaining stagnant. That worries me. So I feel like we need to be able to create room for the young ones to grow, because the truth is you might have been very persistent on your journey to become who you are today. A lot of people are going to give up on the way when they see that this effort of theirs is not bearing any fruit. First, they have to pay bills. They have family to take care of. Right. If we are not able to encourage them, to push them from their early days and encourage them to become, then at some point, our stardom, how can I call it, even our A-list entertainment artists in Cameroon, they'll get old and get tired and decide to settle with their families and will not have anybody. So I do worry a little bit about the aging of our Cameroon entertainment, maybe music in particular. I feel like people are growing, but we need to see more of our young artists. And this is not only meant for someone like you who runs a show like that. If for the artists themselves, they need to be able to come up and talk. I have personally come up and say, hey, if you're a young artist, you want to have a platform where you can talk on, I am open. Come on, and mine might not be the biggest platform ever, but we are going to get people like Darling Lyonga now watching. She might see you on my platform and say, hey, she has a bigger platform. What about I bring this person into my own platform and we talk? So that is networking. We have to be able to put ourselves out there so that, again, as we said earlier on, when opportunity meets preparedness, I bet you that you are ready for a blast. Right. So, okay, we will take that later on. But yeah, thanks again for sharing that. And now within Hall of Fame, within Dash Media, we've all seen was it early this week? I caught you live and I was congratulating you for your promotion. And what does that mean? What is the change? What does that mean for a girl like Darling Lyonga to become the deputy programs manager for like that title, the first long saute? So what does that mean for a girl like you?
Girl, it feels so good. And it means that everything is possible. It's an encouragement to every girl. I would say girl because sometimes I feel like we limit ourselves because of our gender. Many girls are afraid to dream. They're afraid to be ambitious. If I can, then so can you. But the journey is not going to be an easy one. Most often rather, people feel like because you're pretty, life
Mhm.
is easy for you. Trust me, life is more difficult for fine girls like myself. The challenges triple. You see, it's very hard, but you just have to be consistent and work on your mental health. That's one thing I'm going to say right now. It's not meant for the chicken hearted. It's not meant for vegetables, like I will always say. It's not meant for cowards. You have to be strong, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to be ready to fight. Because trust me, you are going to meet um, the world is it's not a good place. It's not a fair place. That's what I would say. You meet
Yep.
people, like you treat people nicely, but and in your heart of heart, you're expecting them to treat you the same way. But unfortunately, they're going to give you, the other side. So you have to prepare yourself. But then being promoted, girl, like Dash Media, I think we're about 60 or so employees. So to be chosen, to be given this position, wow, it's really an honor, I tell you. I've
Yep.
come a long way, a
Yep.
very long way.
It
Yeah.
comes with a heavier heart as well. I bet that you know that it comes with a lot more responsibility. It comes with a lot more expectation from the people you work with or you work for and stuff like that. So again, in as much as you're dancing and celebrating, I hope you're preparing yourself for the work ahead of you. So amazing. One quick thing that, yes, somebody just mentioned, and that's where I want to take this question. Ice just said you keep referring to yourself as pretty, pretty, right? I like my T. I don't like the D, as pretty, and he thinks that that is a very commendable confidence, very admirable confidence that you have. How is that serving you? We've heard in the entertainment industry, not only in Cameroon, around the world, how it can be challenging for a young and beautiful woman like you to make your way around. We've heard things of, I know in UB, the last I heard where they talked about things like sexually transmitted marks and things like that. I don't know how it is called in the entertainment industry. You are exposed out there. A lot of people see you. A lot of people, how are you managing that, or how is that affecting your work? The fact that you are pretty, you're out there, you are confident, because it's one thing to be pretty and it's another thing to be confident, because when you're pretty and confident, a lot more people see and notice you and even approach you. How do you handle that within that industry in Cameroon?
First off, knowing who you are and knowing where you're going. So, I don't easily get carried away. You see, because like I said, my profession exposes me to all sort of men, all caliber of men. Just you just think about it, the highly successful ones. So they're gonna come, they'll flash you with gifts and all. But when they all, like, one thing women need to understand: men love women who are confident. For example, if a man were to tell me, "Do you know you're beautiful?" I know I'm beautiful. Tell me something I don't know. You see, now the moment I say, I introduce myself, I'm Darling Lyonga. I'm a TV presenter. I work for Dash Media. I host Hall of Fame with Darling Lyonga. And now when I say I'm the deputy manager, there's that respect. So they treat you differently because they know that you're intelligent. They know you have a lot to offer them. It's not just a pretty face. You see, it's not just a
Yep.
fine body. There's wisdom upstairs. So they tend
Hmm.
to respect you. So it's just the way you present yourself. That's how they'll take you. If you appear to be gullible, materialistic, and stupid, they'll use you. But then
Yep.
when they can have meaningful conversations with you, when they can have business conversations with you, their mindset changes automatically, and they don't take you for granted. They give you so much respect. So that is how I've been able to maneuver, in this crazy place we call the consumer industry. I always make
Mhm.
sure that I bring something meaningful to the table, and at the
Yep.
end of the day, they respect me. That's it.
That is good. I love what you just said about it's not only about you being pretty, right? It's about you also having something upstairs, because it's not enough to be pretty. That's the truth about it.
Mm. Oh, what happened? Hello, Solange. Hello. I can't. I cannot see anyone. Are you people see me? I can't see, no hear, nothing. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for her. I think her network is having some issues. To those of you who are following, thank you so very much for joining. Thank you. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. My page or from my page, Darling Lyonga Official on Facebook. I'm very much ready to answer your questions. And if you are a young talent from any field, I'm not choosy. I don't just work with artists. Maybe you're a comedian, you're a scriptwriter, you're an actor, a model. As far as you have something doing and you need promotion, reach out to me and we can make it work. So I don't know what to do now, guys. This is not my show. I'm not seeing anybody. This is hard. Where did she go? Whoa. How do I do it now? Hmm. Am I still? Should I leave? I think I'm going to leave. Okay.